Yet another revenue stream for Tesla that their detractors would make you believe doesn't exist or is somehow irrelevant to their financial situation. Well, here's the story. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. By the way, just here in Melbourne, Australia, there is a huge factory being built to build electric semis. Not Tesla electric semis, but electric semis. That's kind of cool to see. I just read about that today. But in news about Tesla, Tesla has claimed that its used car business is as big as some publicly traded car retailers and is expanding fast. Now, I made a video about this months ago, months before Tesla mentioned anything about it, pointing out that this was a revenue stream for Tesla. I make about 5 or 6 videos a day. I don't remember what that was called, but some of you I'm sure would remember that video when I talked about Tesla's revenue stream coming from the fact that they're buying cars back from owners and then reselling them, making a profit. But also speaking about the fact that in doing that, they additionally had a number of other revenue streams they were adding to the process. Now, I'll make another video about this soon, discussing some of these issues, which I don't think have really been fully talked about by the mainstream media. They kind of avoid these things because they like this idea, this narrative that Tesla is just a car brand, that's all they are, and that's all we should look at them as, and therefore that's all they should be valued as. When obviously, as you guys know, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's factual. In fact, it isn't factual at all. Now, of course, if you hate Tesla, then it's factual. Of course it's factual. But if you're going to be objective about it, then you realize that there's lots of different revenue streams. And, many car retailers, not just Tesla, are accessing different revenue streams. Tesla are not the only ones doing this. For example, BYD, they sell battery storage. They sell lots of different things. In fact, at one point in time, they were the world's biggest mask makers. Now, many factors separate Tesla's business from other automakers, and its direct sale model is one of the biggest. Probably the one that automakers are most jealous of. Selling direct to the public saves enormous amounts of money. That's one of the key reasons why Tesla's profits are so high per car, way, way higher than anyone they're competing with directly. So Tesla operates all of its stores, service, and its delivery centers. It doesn't use the third-party franchise dealer model. That saves it money. It also doesn't do any marketing at all. That saves it money. Between $500 and $1,000 per car is the average spent on marketing. And this has a huge effect and an obvious impact on its distribution and service organization, according to Electric, but it has also a lesser known impact on how it manages used cars. Because Tesla operates basically its own dealership, this gives them control over their used vehicles as owners upgrade or vehicles come off leases. Now remember, Tesla often, doesn't give people the choice of buying the car at the end of the lease simply because it doesn't make sense for Tesla financially. They're better off actually selling that car themselves. Tesla's used car business is now so big, according to Tesla, that Jimmy Douglas, director of sales and delivery operations at Tesla, claims it is as big as some publicly traded used car retailers. Now, he didn't say which of those it's as big as, but hopefully we'll find out in some point over the next, say, 3 months, what the size of this business is, how much profit and revenue Tesla actually making from this area. It would be really interesting to know. He said, most people don't realize that Tesla runs its own vertically integrated nationwide online used car retailer. It's as big as some publicly traded used car retailers you've definitely heard of, despite no Super Bowl commercials or wacky, waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube men. Those things are wacky, aren't they? Now, one thing to point out here is that General Motors seems to be repeating its own mistakes. This is an interesting example when we reference these comments here. For example, General Motors advertised the last Super Bowl, right? And what happened on that day is that Tesla's website had more traffic than it had had in its history. More traffic. I think they might have got more traffic actually at the Cybertruck launch, but other than that, they had more traffic than ever. In fact, their orders peaked massively. And General Motors was the key reason for that, but not just General Motors. General Motors were advertising electric cars. Other brands were advertising electric cars. A lot of them didn't have stock of the products they're advertising. So people just went, oh, electric cars. Let's check out what Tesla has. And then went and bought a Tesla. I'm not making that up. It's not hyperbole. It's actually a fact. So Tesla should actually be encouraging the competition to advertise. GM has signed a new contract here and at the Super Bowl again, and they're advertising electric cars, most of which they don't actually have. For example, out of the 6 models that GM is advertising, they only have 2 of those available for sale. I mean, frankly, I don't understand this. And the interesting thing is that Jim Farley made a comment on this months ago. He said, if you see us doing the same thing, he said, if you see us here at Ford advertising our EVs at the Super Bowl, sell the stock. So you can see here what he thinks about General Motors. Now, Tesla's used car business, it looks like, to Carvana and AutoNation. I don't know anything about those because I'm not from America, but I'm sure you guys in the States would know who they are. They're worth between $4 and $6 billion respectively. Now, we can't confirm 100% if Tesla's business, its used car business, is worth that much from public filings from the automaker because the business under service and other, and that's not really transparent. We don't know how much of that is thanks to the used car business. However, the interesting thing to note is that under Tesla's financials, when they disclose service and other, that figure has been increasing really quickly. It's up more than 50% over the last year to 1.4 billion in revenue over the last quarter. 1.4 billion in revenue in a single quarter, meaning, around $6 billion in revenue from used car sales over 12 months. We think it is. We don't know exactly what percentage. The percentage might be less than 100%, could be 80%. But even as 80%, we're still looking at $4.5 billion in revenue from used car sales. Frankly, this figure to me is quite shocking. I'm surprised that it's so large. Tesla's used car business would have an annual run rate of over 1 billion if it's only 20% of that line item. But I believe it's a lot more than 20%. I think it's more closer to 80%, but who knows? Douglas made a comment promoting a new job listing posted by Alex Liebel, manager of Tesla's used car quality, as the team is expanding. The executive said about Tesla's used car team, they are distributed across North America, ensuring every used Tesla meets our quality standards so we can delight every customer at the point of delivery. Since Tesla doesn't advertise, delighted used car customers are our version of Super Bowl commercials. That's well said, but it is a bit misleading. It sounds like Tesla's only operating a used car business in the United States, which is wrong. Now, I'm sure I didn't mean to say that, but that's what it sounds like here. The truth is Tesla actually operates used car businesses in countries all over the world. Tesla doesn't advertise its used cars, so they don't pay to advertise those either. And they have the advantage of having great control over their inventory. And because Tesla doesn't allow people to buy the car after their lease is over, Tesla has lots of used cars coming in stock, which has been amazing for their profit over the past 12 months, as the cost of used Tesla vehicles is often worth more than the cost of new ones, simply because of supply and demand. This is yet another increasing revenue stream from Tesla, but they have lots of different revenue streams. Some of them, I think people just have no idea of what they are, and I've mentioned some of those on the channel before. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, click that little icon notification bell to make sure you get videos from us or videos from us in the future where I'll talk about some of Tesla's other revenue streams, some of those that people just don't even talk about or don't seem to be aware of at all. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.